Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, Sir Entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. I'm so glad that you joined me tonight. It is Saturday, May 13th, 2023. And great to have you with me. If you're new to IFYL, well, there's a QR code. If you're watching us, just launch your camera app, point over to that QR code. And once you do so and you line it up, which might take you a second depending on the screen, but again, just take your phone and just line that up and then touch the yellow link tree, the ellipse, and you'll get my link tree in just a couple seconds. If you are listening to us on the podcast, well, then just go to believemeachieve.com. I do want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching these, for making them part of your life. Thanks so much. And if you're watching us on the replays, 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 a.m., 2 p.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 4 a.m., 4 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 12 noon, 12 midnight, 10 a.m., 10 p.m., or whenever you're choosing to watch us, thank you so much for making IFYL a daily part of your life. And let's get in, ladies and gentlemen, because today is Saturday. You know how we do this. Every Saturday, we start with a brand new master topic. We roll to the ending of the week to Friday, and here's our master topic: How to Tap into Your Creativity, Series 2, Show 20, Episode 1. Wow. We're in the second year. We're on show number 20 already. That's pretty amazing. All right, so let's talk about this. All right. So tapping into your creativity is not hard, but it does require you to, how can I say, um, release all judgments against yourself. So, one thing you could do to tap your creativity is play like you were when you were a kid. That's right. What did you like to do when you were a kid? What kind of things did you do? What was fun? And you might be saying, "Oh, John, I don't want to do that anymore." Well, yeah, just get back into that mental thought process. When you do that, it's going to really help you. I mean it. It's going to help you. And so, for whatever reason, people don't always do things the right way. And the reason they don't, I'll tell you why. It's because they just don't want to go back that way. Like they feel like, I'm older now, I don't need to do. But a lot of your best things in life actually happened when you were a child. You learned a lot of the things that and the way you are right now happened because of your childhood. So if something was good in your childhood, you'd want to go back and relive it. I mean, some people say to me, "Hey, John, I don't want to go watching cartoons." Well, why not? I mean, maybe your friends aren't supportive that you watch cartoons, but who cares? You want to watch cartoons on a Saturday or a Sunday? Be my guest. I wouldn't necessarily put that over social media that you watch cartoons. But if you want to do that, I mean, you're not harming anyone else. You're not hurting them. So why wouldn't you want to do that? That's my question. Right? Do what feels good for you. So play like you were when you were a kid. Maybe it's doing football, but getting into the spirit of it more. Like maybe you went on a treasure hunt. Maybe you can't do the same things physically, but you probably can. And if you can't, at least get into the spirit of what it is you were doing. When you do that, your mind's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm a kid again." Get curious about things. You heard me. All right, John. How do I become curious? All right. So ask questions, right? Go down those rabbit holes that nobody else wants to talk about. Open Pandora's box. Listen, look at stuff. No, not on your phone, on your computer, in real life. Write things down, memorize. When you want to learn about something, research it, right? Get curious and make curiosity a daily part of your day, a daily diet of your day. So you want to ask questions, um, let go of the need to be right, and just be open to new possibilities. Stay curious with that intention that you're going to get right to the center. That's pretty cool, ladies and gentlemen. Being curious is something a lot of people get stuck on because they're worrying about how to get started. Don't worry about how to get started. Just start. All right. Other things you can do to get curious is power up your passion, right? I always say if your why is not loud enough, well, then guess what? You're probably not going to get anywhere, right? Teach others. When you teach others, you're going to want to learn more. Connect the dots, okay? Get uncomfortable, okay? And explore your environment. Mirror other people if that's helpful to you. But becoming curious is something you have to do and make part of your life, okay? How could you become curious right now? Well, you're listening to me and watching me, maybe depending. How can you get curious? John, I want to know, how do I tap in my creativity? Great. Ask yourself the question. Now, the question shouldn't be, how am I ever going to tap in my curiosity? Because that's going to frustrate your brain and your subconscious. The question should be more like, what's it going to look like? What's it going to feel like when I tap into my creativity? When was the last time I was creative? Maybe you played with model cars. Maybe it was when you thought with the other side of your brain and you realized that you could do something without having to go buy something. You made something. Or maybe you haven't been creative since you graduated high school or college. Get creative, because thinking outside the box is important. But I'm here to tell you, forget about the box, crush the box, and realize there is no box. When you get serious, when you get passionate, when you understand that type of a mindset, your brain's like, oh, you know what? There are no limits to me. That's right. There are no limits to you. You heard me say that, right? There are no limits to you right now. And if there are no limits to you, then that's a pretty interesting thing, right? You're probably saying to me, John, I don't know, I'm stuck on this, right? You're stuck on this. And if you're stuck on something, it doesn't mean you should stay stuck. It means you should get curious. And I know a lot of you are saying to me, John, I don't know. I don't know. How do I become curious? Do I read a book? Well, curiosity is something you have to feel, not something you just do. Okay. A curious person wants to figure out why. A curious person is brave, they're confident, they're cooperative, they're empathetic, they're intelligent, they're motivated, they're open minded, they're perceptive, right? And realizing that you might not have the answer, but that's okay. That's perfectly okay. The fact that you're asking questions, the fact that you are exercising your creativity and your curiosity, see, that's really the main thing. The fact that you can exercise your curiosity and make that big change in your life. Because if you just do it once, it's going to go nowhere. A wise person once said, and I'm going to quote this: "The future belongs to the curious." Curiosity is the urge you feel to know more about something. There's a lot more to curiosity than just the definition. It's a feeling that you get or that takes over you. Curious people ask a lot of questions and are hungry to find the answers, not because they have to, but because they want to. Curious people don't get upset if they don't get things right. They creatively play. Curiosity helps us survive. Okay. When something's unsuspected or unfamiliar, don't lose sleep over it, because chances are you are going to figure it out. You're going to figure everything out, but it might not be on your timeline or your time frame. If I asked you right now to become curious about something, I don't know, maybe you're walking in the park and you see these poles, and then you happen to notice they have this lightning system. And you know kind of how it works because when lightning is in the area, a horn and strobe go off. But how does that work, right? Now you might say to me, John, I'm not a scientist. Well, that's okay. Be curious about the things that want to engage you. If you're a chemist, if you're engineering, if you're more into mechanical, get curious about what you are passionate about, and more will foster from that. That's pretty wild, isn't it? I know it is. So, my last tip for tonight, and it's only tonight, but we have the whole week, guys. Don't worry. How do you become really curious? You know what you do? You use your imagination. Use your imagination. Think about what a scenario would look like or be like if it was that way right now. How would you feel? How would you think? How would you look? How would it look? Where would it be? Asking yourself these kinds of questions will get you, how can I say, excited about being curious. Because I know some people say, oh, gee, become curious. But if you don't have the passion to become curious, well, why are you going to become curious? Curiosity means that you understand the problem or challenged every challenge is in the problem or the challenge itself, and that you can learn what this is. If you want to know more, ask better questions. A person who knows 47 of 50 states is more likely to be curious about which ones they're missing than the person who only knows three. You need to know something before you can ask a good question. You want to get great answers? Ask good questions. And if you think that asking questions is a waste of time, then your why is not loud enough. There's no feeling for your why. There's no feeling. So, how do you use your imagination? We'll be talking about this all week. A good way to use your imagination, you close your eyes and just picture a what if. What if it was like this now? What if I was doing that now? What if I was able to accomplish this in less time? How would that feel like? Or what would it feel like when I do this? What will it look like when I do this? What will other people tell me once that's happened? Ask yourself questions about that. When you ask a question like, oh, how am I ever going to do this? Ask a question like, okay, so what's it going to look like once I've accomplished this? Not how am I ever going to do this? What's it going to look like once I've accomplished this? Change your words. We had a whole thing last week about your words and thoughts create reality. So let's ask great questions because that will get us more immersive in the experience. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you this fantastic, amazing evening. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below. Yes, share this out with all your friends, colleagues, and associates. Of course, tag them. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MRLY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase. I'll keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or perhaps even a delicious plate of dessert. Either way, we're going to be grateful. With those pennies and dollars, we'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software. even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to inspire you to become a better version of yourself. And remember, to become a better version of yourself, get creative, get passionate, use your imagination. Check out more of my great content at Believe, Believe, me, M-E, Achieve, ACHIEVE.com. Or if you're watching us in the video, just go ahead and scan the QR code. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and a good Sunday and a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers early for tomorrow, May 14th. And I hope it's a blessed one and that all of you remember your moms, both those that are with us and those that aren't, because mothers make a big sacrifice for each and every one of us each day. Thank you so much and have yourself an amazing rest of your night. And again, happy early Mother's Day to all the moms.